Okay, I'm back with another design team project for Trezor's Deluxe, and everything you see here was Dollar Tree items. I'm getting ready to make a couple of Christmas trees for Christmas Village. And I don't know if I'm going to have the village done before Christmas, but I'm at least going to have my trees done. So I wanted to share that process, and I decided to do this because of the Christmas villages I've been seeing on Pinterest and as well as here on YouTube. So I'm using those same Dollar Tree figurine, I don't know what you call them. You know what I mean, though. So, you know, the buildings and stuff that everybody's been altering. So, anyway, I decided to make a couple of trees, and this was, I had seen this in the floral department, and this was in the floral department as well. And I had seen these, and I remember seeing this cup in the office supply aisle, and I thought, gosh, that's a perfect match. So what I'm going to do, because when you do this, your tree's going to be top heavy unless you weight this down. So again, I went to the floral aisle and just grabbed some of these gems, glass gems, and I'm going to layer in each one these gems so that I have some weight at the bottom and my tree won't topple over when I get it put together, because I'm going to do it kind of in the style of a topiary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the bottom of this, part of that off to allow for the gems, because I don't want this to go over. What I plan on doing is putting some moss on top of this and covering it with Snow Tex or something to make it look like it's a kind of a snow-covered ground. And then I have this wood dowel, and I cut it uneven because I don't want the trees to be the same height. And what I'll do is I will stick my little dowel rod here in the center, and I'll do the same thing with my tree so that it'll sit like so. And so that's the base of it. I just wanted to share that in case anybody wanted to know how this came together. So I'll be back when I'm getting ready to start decorating this with the trims from Trezor's Deluxe. Okay, so my direction on my trees has changed because I found out that the design team for Trezor's Deluxe, the YouTube design team anyway, is taking a break for the month of December. So my original intention was to lace this tree, but now since I don't have to have any design team projects for the month of December, I am going to follow Debbie Shore's video instead of using strips of, this is just a patterned cotton, and I'm going to put the link down below to Debbie Shore's video where she explains how to do these trees. So I am right now cutting 1.5 inch squares. I've already used my rotary trimmer to get all my strips cut. And I'm going to cut these into 1.5 inch and use her method of poking those 1.5 inch squares into these styrofoam cones to make my tree. So I'll try to remember to post a link down below to that video. And I'll be back after this is done. Now this is how my base has turned out. So I painted this with the glossy ballet slipper Krylon paint. And I didn't like the glossy look, so I took some Baroque Art Gilder's paste in what is this? It's Rich Gold. And I just kind of toned that down a little bit with the Rich Gold around the edges here. And then I took my styrofoam piece, as you can maybe see down in there, and wrapped it with this greenery right here, the moss, whatever. I wrapped it around that shape and then really stuck this in there, and then put the glass gems to kind of weigh it down a little bit. Although it's not really that heavy, but I'm hoping it'll be heavy enough to keep my tree in place once I get, you know, once I get it stuck down in there. So anyway, so that's where I'm at with that. And like I said, I'm getting ready to do my tree here, and I'll be back after that's done. Okay, so here is my tree with all my fabric on it. And after I got everything in and I knew it was dry, I went ahead and just kind of roughed it up by using the edge of the skewer and going up and down and pulling all these little strings. So anyway, I like how that looks. And okay, so now I'm going in with some iridescent pearls, and I'm just going to hot glue these down, and I'm going to treat it like, oops, sorry, it wasn't even in frame. And I'm going to wrap this around like a garland, like so. And then I'm going to come in with some white beads and go in and just kind of decorate all over the tree with these white beads. And figure out what I'm going to do for my top here. And I've also got to cover the bottom because I want to finish that off, even though I don't think you're going to see anything when it's sitting on top of the base. I still want to do something here, but I still need to leave the center so that I can poke this dowel in it. Okay, so that's where I'm at now, and I'll be back. Okay, so that was a lot of work. That was a lot of work to poke those things in there. And I may have done them too tightly together. I'm not sure. Maybe if I'd done it a little bit looser, it wouldn't have been. I used a lot of fabric on this. So what I wound up doing is using a doily underneath here. It's kind of hard to show. But, and then I wrapped the glitter eyelash around my little dowel rod here. And I did take some gesso and do a dry brush technique around the base because I did not like that color I had on it. So then I wound up putting just some loose moss on the top and going over that with some Snow Tex just to give it a snow-capped look to the grass. I didn't want to cover the entire thing. And then I put my flowers on and my beads. And I did this little stick pin right here at the top. And that is it. So I'm going to start the second one. And I've decided to use just the floral trim on this one because I don't want to have to do all that hard work again on this second one. So what I'm doing is I am just taking the hot glue, going around, doing small sections at a time, like so, and then fluffing it up, like so. So I'll do that all the way around and then decorate the exact same way. So I'll come back after I have done all that. And I'm going to use this doily right here underneath. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so this is how my other one turned out. And I did it pretty much the exact same way as I did my other tree. Just used different beads, different flowers. I even have some Swarovski cut glass crystals in here. Beads, I mean. And I used the same iridescent fused pearl to use as a garland around it, with another stick pin for a tree topper. So here are my two trees. It's not going to be a very good picture here, but I'll have still photos at the beginning of the video. So, okay, thanks a lot for watching.